Hello everyone, welcome along to another video, and today we're going to have a look at what I just played at the beginning, how to add some rhythm to your pentatonic playing. So what I'll do is I'll go through some examples and some little exercises, and then I'll show you that lick I was playing at the beginning. Now, if you're watching this on my blues group, we've nearly got 5,000 members now, so that's really good. Thanks so much for all your posts. It's really good to see you all here. I hope you're learning something. Remember, there's about 125 blues licks up the top, and there's also a lesson plan, so if you haven't seen that, make sure you check that out, or you can have a look on my YouTube channel too. So let's talk about this rhythm thing here going on. So when we play the pentatonic scale, normally we're playing this, aren't we? But we want to make it a little more funky, so we're going to add some little grooves, and I'll show you how to do this, some muting. So basically we're taking the same note, but instead of just playing them singly with the pick, we are hitting the notes, but at the same time we're getting some muting going on, and it sounds kind of very funky, like Stevie Ray Vaughan really. So we're playing the note. Now this first finger is just resting over the strings, so you're getting that noise, but that note is ringing. Those ones aren't. So what that happens there is you can play and you get that percussive sound instead of. So we're going to play the scale, the whole thing. This might take a while. You may get this at first, something like that. So don't worry, just take your time. Keep that finger flat. You can practice that if you like. If you're getting this, you'll know it's wrong. So now I'm going to go through the scale. Alright, so now what we're doing here is exactly the same thing really. I should say, now of course my little finger is muting these strings. If you're not used to using your little finger, that might be a bit weird. Obviously you can use your third finger. I find I'm not as very good with my third finger, so that's why I'm using my little one. But when you go to the 5-7 here, I didn't make a mistake there, but I normally do. So I normally do that, and I also find that those fingers particularly useful when you go down to the G string. So. Now, when you get to this point, I find what we need to do is wrap our thumb around, just to, in case you hit these top strings, because as you go, you know, kind of down or up, depending which way you think of it, if you don't, you might get that. So when I get to the G string, I start to mute with that thumb comes over. That's difficult too. The other thing I think is very difficult is that note there to get, because you're kind of muting with your thumb there. And the other little trick you can do is, you see this first finger, to stop that G ringing, I'm pushing it up a bit so it blocks that G. Again, if you're not used to this, it feels uncomfortable. That one's also a tricky one to get, that top one. Then of course you can go back. And you can hit it fairly hard. Okay, so that may take a bit of time just to get used to that, as I say, especially if you're used to just playing single notes and not doing the muting thing. You're going to get all the strings ringing and it'll sound horrible, you know, at first. But I promise you'll get that if you stick with it. All right, so now let's take a look at the next step here. So this next one, we kind of do the same thing, but we're going to add a little bit of an accent to it. All right, so I'm going down, and then I come up, and the strings are still muted, but you get that. And if you get some noise like that, try and do it again and cut it out. All right, and just see. You might not ever get it perfect, but it's the feel of it, really, which is the important thing. So that might take a while, as I say. Try those exercises out. For you, it may be, you know, make you take half an hour. For others, it might take a week. You know, for me, I think it took about a month. So try those once you've got that. Now let's take a look at what we can do with that. All right, so for this lick, we're kind of using the same techniques here, which is the muting, obviously, but now we've got a bend, so this might take some time. So you might just have to practice that in front of the telly instead of... All right, so let me just go over what the notes are of this lick. So it's a curl on the 5 on the G, 7 on the G, curl 5 on the B, curl 5 again on the G, and then 7, a little bend there on 7 on the D. So we have the ending bit is 5, 5, 7 on the D, and at the end we have the same thing, and then just to finish it, 7, 5, 7, 5, 8, 5. A little bend on the 8 there. So without the muting. All right, so we want to put a bit of a groove into this. So okay, so let's see. So we've got one of these. We've got this bend. As I say, to get that with the mute might take a bit of time. And then I'm coming down, I'm kind of giving a more percussive hit. And now on the upstroke, I hit this 7th fret. All right. And then another upstroke, and then I hit the 7th fret, sorry, the 5th fret on the B. All right, then I'm gonna come directly to 5 on the G, bend that. All right, let me play that again. Now we're on the 5 here. Can you see that? What I'm doing is, but with the groove. All right, so let me try and play that slowly. It's harder to play it slowly. All right, sorry, I changed it there. There we go. Now at the end, now this one, you're basically doing that exercise we did before. All right. Down, up, down, up, down, but with the mute. You can practice that while you're watching the telly. All right, so let's try. Alright, so I hope that helped. It's a cool little thing to add to your playing, this rhythm idea. I think if you're playing solo, it adds a bit of dimension to your playing. It kind of, you know, gives you that rhythm, fills out the sound, but it also helps to keep you in time, I think, too, which is really essential. So let me know if you've got any questions about this, or if you have any problems with it. I mean, you will at first. I did, you know. So have some fun and let me know how you're getting on, and I'll see you in the next video.